Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303, episode 266. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. As always, we have with us the EPE and Nevada Putnam. On today's episode, we'll get into the head-to-head review, pop culture pick'em, top 5 places to get drunk, and the meat and potatoes will be our continuation of the NFL divisional breakdown, and we'll get into the AFC West. Without further ado, how are you doing this evening, Nick?
I'm good, man. The USA, in a smash turn from last episode, the USA heard Room 303 because we have listeners internationally. Even at the Olympic Village, they tune in. They heard our criticism and they said, you know what, guys? We see you. We hear you. And they responded, and they've taken, as of tonight, the gold medal standings and the overall medal standings back. And the USA leads both of them. So shout out to the United States Olympic athlete program, avid listeners of Room 303.
God, I hate the Brewers. How you doing this evening, Eric?
Doing good, man. Outside of what Nick, I always knew we were going to get the most goals and the most medal count, but starting to realize how long baseball season is. The Phillies have gone from the best team in baseball to absolute dog shit, and it's depressing to watch.
This is the one thing I hate about new baseball fans, is that new baseball fans approach baseball with a football week-by-week mentality. And Jermaine, correct me if this is so. Jermaine, you and Eric live together. Let me know if this is true. Last week, the Phillies were winning the World Series. This week?
The Phillies were winning the World Series last November. After the baseball finished. They were winning until about July 17th. And now the Phillies are irreparable. There's no chance for them to do any damage to the post. They might not make the postseason now.
Right. But next week, they're back to their World Series winning ways.
For sure.
Yeah.
Schwarber will be a god again. Nick Castellanos will be hitting to news. Bryce Harper, he's just like, that Bryce Harper guy is pretty good.
That's why you can tell. So people are a little bit up in arms recently because they say the stock market crashed. I'm using laser fingers here. It didn't crash because Nick Castellanos didn't hit a home run. That's how you know if shit was really bad.
Yeah, if the stock market crashed, why is Lockheed Martin's stock up 30%?
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, no, this isn't that kind of podcast. So how are you doing this evening, Nevada?
I am good. In the other side of Eric's demise, I am fascinated by the White Sox. Did you guys see the stats today about their losing streaks? If they were to take their 20-game losing streak and their 15-game losing streak away, they would still be like 22 and 50 something. With
This sounds like me betting head to head.
Yeah.
No, it can't be that much because they were 27 and 77.
I'm trying to find the stat again.
So if you take away 35,
it was bad.
They're at least doubled up. They have double losses to wins if you take away 35 losses.
I will keep you apprised if I can find that stat again.
All right. One last time. Back to Eric. So the Phillies are doomed.
No, but traditionally, if you look at baseball, what I've done through my independent research is that the best team in baseball traditionally doesn't win the World Series. It's whoever gets hot at the end there. What was that? What was that in the face for, Nick?
Traditionally, you've done your research.
Yeah, dude. Best team in baseball doesn't win the World Series.
In 3 months of watching baseball, you've come to this conclusion?
100%.
Okay. And what about the Yankees and what about the Yankees teams of the 90s?
There's always an anomaly.
Okay, right.
It hasn't really happened since then, though.
Best teams in Nick. When was the last time the best team in baseball won the World Series? Absolute from beginning to end. Everybody's like, "Oh, his Dogs are winning the World Series."
Any of the Houston Astros championships that weren't their first.
Yeah.
Think so?
Did they lead the league in wins?
They might have. Seems on par.
I think so. I don't know.
How many
the MLB doesn't have really a President's Trophy.
No, I was just curious because typically the best team in baseball has the most wins in the regular season. I don't remember the last time that won. Throw the COVID year out, right? So the Dodgers don't fucking count. I don't know if they had the best record, but that
as is tradition.
Doesn't count. Oh, disgusting pitch.
Let's see. The Astros in 2022 had 106 wins.
Was that the most wins in the league?
Stand by.
It doesn't tell you if they were the 1 seed?
No. Didn't tell me who
My goodness, this dude Rocco Baldelli has the hugest piece of bubble gum in his mouth right now.
Yes, they had the most. They had the most wins. No, sorry, Dodgers had 111.
Yeah, I don't. So maybe the Stros could be considered one of the best teams in baseball. Absolutely. Like, I just don't remember the last time someone won the most regular season games and won the trophy.
Since 1995, only 7 teams have won the World Series and had the best record in baseball.
And when was the last one?
2020 Dodgers.
Okay, we told you that doesn't count. What's the one before that?
18 Red Sox.
18 Red Sox.
16 Cubs. 13 Red Sox. 09 Yankees. 07 Sox. Red Sox. 98 Yankees.
I didn't know the 16 Cubs had the best record in baseball.
103 and 58.
God, what a glorious year that was for Chicago.
Oh man, I didn't cry. I swear.
So it does happen, but not frequently.
Yeah.
How often does the team in the NBA with the best record win?
Boston just did it.
Yeah, Boston did it this year.
All the time then.
The Warriors have done it
pretty regularly.
The Heat did it. Yeah.
Yeah. pretty regularly. But the NBA doesn't have the competitive. I mean, it's coming. The competitive balance is here, and I love it. People are lambasting the collective bargaining agreement, but you saw Brandon Ingram's still a Pelican. Nobody wants to pay him. Zach LaVine's still a Bull. Nobody wants to pay him. These are notoriously high-efficient, high-volume scorers that usually a team who's trying to win a championship would pursue. But they're not going after these guys because the contracts are considered albatrosses, despite the salary cap continuing to increase year after year and you not being able to find that kind of efficiency in players. So it's already started. Minus like 6 immediate teams that jump to my mind. The NBA this year there's so many competitors. There's like 13 teams in the Western Conference fighting for 8 spots, 10 play-ins. So it's pretty fascinating, dude. White Sox are 27 and 88. Take away their 20-game losing streak and their 15-game losing streak, and they are at 27 and 53. That's almost double. One more loss, they're doubled up, dude. Although you'd have to take it away because it's part of the streak. That's a
27 and 88 is mind-boggling.
So I'm going to sit here and allow you to apologize, Nick, Nevada. Because when I sat here and said the White Sox would be the worst team in baseball, I received massive pushback from the Rockies fans.
As you should have. Nobody expected. No, you didn't even expect them to be this bad.
I told you, I said historically bad because they were going to trade everyone. This was before they traded Dylan Cease. I know. Did I pick 60 games below 500?
That's incredible.
No, I did not pick that.
To put into context their horrid record, the second worst team in the league, the Rockies, have a 17.5 game lead on the White Sox.
You guys are good. You guys are good.
Yeah, we're good. So we've never been up 17 and a half games on anybody.
On anybody in the
So
history of the
we'll take
Rockies.
that. Currently, the record for most losses in a season were 117 games by the 1916 Philadelphia A's.
I don't know if they hit that.
Hold on.
But those were only 154 games in a year, so they could blow past that mark.
The worst record of all time is the Cleveland Spiders. They lost 134.
Okay, so maybe that's the 154 percentage wise, 154 losing 117 and 154 versus what'd you say, 130 something and
134.
162.
The worst, I believe, the worst by win percentage. The worst 162 game season was the 2003 Tigers.
Yeah, so here it says the Philadelphia A's, who lost 117 and 154, have the worst winning percentage in the modern era at .235.
Yeah, they're saying modern era. Okay. Baseball is so stupid with their modern era.
Baseball is stupid with all their eras.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so hard to follow. Like, I'm like, oh, this is the stat I have. And then it never specifies. And you're like, we look it up. And it's like, well, that's incorrect. Fucking chotches.
It's wild to think that they could. I don't think anybody here is going to disagree that they'll probably beat that mark, at least loss or game wise. But to have a team that's going to be that far in the hole and probably not have a team get 100 wins is nuts. And I have some futures on some teams for 100 wins that aren't going to hit.
Oh, you're saying teams aren't going to hit 100 wins?
Correct. As of, I think it was 3 days ago, there was no team on track to hit 100 wins.
Shout out the Phillies.
Fucking Phillies, dude. 5 straight series.
Bro. So that means the White Sox.
6 now.
I don't know if the White Sox get to 117, but it's very possible. But if no one hits 100 and the White Sox hit 117, that means they're going to be 18 games above the highest winning team based on losses.
Well, you got
minimum at 117.
You got to figure they still got about 55, 60 games left in the season. They're just over 100 right now.
Statistically, they got to start winning, right? Statistically.
Regression to the mean, I guess. Right now, they're on pace for, let's see here.
Would that be progression to the mean?
We're not pro anything when we're talking about White Sox. I'm pretty sure the El Paso Chihuahuas could beat the White Sox in a 3-game series.
Right now, they're on pace for a 38 and 124 record, making it the worst team in the modern era.
They're only winning 11 more games.
Yeah, based on
trajectory,
based on winning percentage, which is a very crude metric.
Yeah,
this isn't getting into like runs scored or.
It's
stuff
my
like
favorite
that.
thing to do at the beginning of the year. It's like he's on pace for 199 home runs. Like it's awesome. But
but that's fun. Like 3 games in, this is 115 games in.
That's what I'm saying. So they're only projected to win 13 more games. In
11 more. Games.
11.
38 and 124.
And the Rockies gave them about 10% of their wins so far this year. So,
yeah, but that's before they traded anyone with a pulse. Like they shipped out everyone.
Yeah, nobody's left. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
What was shocking is the 2 pieces that were most rumored to move at the trade deadline were the 2 pieces they did not move. Luis Robert Jr. and Crochet. Is it Garrett Crochet?
Yeah.
Both of them stayed on the team, but those dudes have been traded 87 times since May 31st.
Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't listen to rumors.
Bro, that family needs to sell the Bulls and the White Sox and just liberate their fandom.
They own both teams?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mention this every time we talk about the White Sox.
I know. Every time I hear it, I always forget and remember.
It's because you don't want to remember that, dude.
It's like, how could an ownership be so incompetent for two franchises in the same city?
They're completely different sports. You gotta be good at one.
For two like pretty historically decent franchises too.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Let's get into head-to-head here, fellas.
All right, so getting into the head-to-head. Last week was week 31. Let's see here. Jermaine went 1-2, putting him at 21-72, down 18.89 units. Nick went 2-1, putting him in double digits. 11-81-1. Look a lot like the White Sox there. And down 37.42 units. Nevada went 1-2, putting him at 28-65, down 20.62 units. I had a perfect week. I went 0-3, down 25-68, down 0.87 units.
All right, Nick, you have the solo layout. Would you like to tell us how it feels to get over 10 wins?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty great. So I think one of the coldest pictures in cycling history, if not, it is one of the best sports pictures I've seen. With when Remco Evenepoel, wins the road cycling. He has the frame of mind, the finish line, it has the Eiffel Tower in the background. He has the frame of mind to just get across the finish line, get off his bike, stop, and raise his arms. And the cameraman knew exactly what he was doing. Everything was perfect. So that felt amazing to see that win sink in. Then what was my other win, Eric?
It was an MLB parlay.
Oh, Aaron Judge hitting a ball to the moon and back. I'm pretty sure the ball is actually coming back to enter Earth's atmosphere. He hit it so far. That was great against just whatever booty hole pitcher the Yankees were facing. Giancarlo Stanton managed to get a hit. I mean, everything came together and then fell back apart this week. So, it's great. And I almost went 3 for 3. If you look at my first bet, the U.S. covered the spread, but to cover the spread, they couldn't hit the under. And I think the final score was 37.
Yep.
Nevada, you want to share that little fact for us there?
Yes. Apparently today marks an entire lap by the moon around the Earth since the White Sox last won a game.
That's brutal.
Oh my God.
Bro, the White Sox are doing something special, and it's fantastic.
It should be applauded. It's impressive.
All right, let's get into pop culture pick'em.
All right, give me 1 second here to get this set up. Boom. You guys got good sight on that right there?
See.
All right.
Zoom in a little bit more.
No, we're not doing that today.
Enhance.
All right, so episode 266, pop culture pick'em, top 5 worst places to get drunk, top 5 places to get drunk. I have the first pick. Nevada has the second pick. Jermaine has the third pick, and Nick will close us out with the fourth pick. All right, so my list is all fucked up because I thought we were doing the worst places to get drunk. So I'm just gonna freeball this. I'm going to go shout out to our sister podcast, Revenge of the Pod. I'm going to go with Jason's parents' garage.
Oh, shit. Good pick. That's on my list.
Jason's parents' garage is on your list?
Yep. I heard how cool it was. No, I said Buddy's house.
Yeah, got it. Fuck, we just gave up a home run.
All right, Nevada.
I'm going to go with the beach. Hard to beat that. Yeah.
Fuck, I hate having the third pick. Now I gotta hope Nick doesn't take stuff on the turn as well. This is brutal. Let me go with tailgate.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to back with boat and foreign country.
Damn, dude.
Off to the table.
I had overseas with Navy sailors on mine, Nick.
Hell yeah.
That sucked. I'll take.
Well, that sucks.
I'll take a layup. I'll do with the boys.
Yeah, great pick.
Doesn't matter where, bro.
If it got back to me, I was gonna be like, "Is this acceptable?"
Doesn't matter where, just with the boys, bro. Couch, sun, movies, your mom's house.
Heyo.
Hey. Second pick, I'm going to go with the golf course.
Yeah. Yep. Had to be done.
Yep.
Good choice. Solid second round pick.
Yep.
Nevada's 2 for his tight.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go with. I'll just say live sporting event. I was gonna say baseball game, but live sporting event.
Baseball game is the best sporting event to get drunk at, but yes, any live sporting event.
Yeah, it's definitely baseball though.
I almost don't know what to do if I don't have a drink at a live sporting event. Like, I'm just there to watch? Like, what are we doing?
Hockey is a very good sporting event to get drunk at, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
It's incredibly difficult because you're about 2 seconds behind the play.
Hey, Robbie.
All right, and then for my third pick, for some reason it's always just a good time if you have the right people. So I'm gonna say the teppanyaki joint. Whatever teppanyaki joint you go to, that one.
Talk about like hibachi.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
/ hibachi.
Third pick, I'm gonna go with camping. However, the hangovers are brutal.
Yeah, camping.
But the night before,
the first night of camping is fire.
Yes.
And then after that it sucks.
Especially if you gotta like hike. If you had hiking in your plans.
Bro. Oh, fuck me, dude. No chance.
And you're up at sunrise because that's just how the human body functions in nature.
The way God fucking intended.
Yeah, you go to bed at 3 a.m. drunk as a skunk. You wake up at 6 a.m. like,
what is this?
There's a bear gonna eat me.
Why am I awake and feeling well rested?
Well,
I'll take on a roof.
Oh yeah, son of a bitch!
Couldn't let it get back to Nick. I knew I wasn't gonna get it if it got back to Nick.
Oh, that's a great one. I'll go 2 for again. I'll go concert, and karaoke bar.
Yeah. Solid back-to-back right there.
Thank you, sir.
So I have a question. So live sporting event and concert have been taken, but I wanted to take VIP box. Is that still allowed?
Yeah, because you can do a VIP box at a club.
All right.
At the club.
VIP box.
You ain't not no club and no TV show.
Fuck you, Nick. Oh, man.
All right.
What you got?
I thought this one would be gone well before now, but I'll take it here. I'm going to go with weddings.
Oh, damn. I didn't even have that on my list. That's a good pull.
I thought that was going to go in the first round for sure.
Yeah.
I do love me some weddings, but if this list was top 5 places to dance, shake your tail feather, that's a 101 for me.
Damn, dude. All right. I'm going to do around a bonfire.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
These lists are fire, boys.
Yeah, these lists are great.
You're still losing to me.
Also, to go back to on a roof, like you said, Jermaine, it's all fun and games till your big brother starts throwing full Bud Lights at your car. Remember that day?
No.
On top of his house, we were drinking, all of us, and then he started throwing. Kyle was there, and he just started throwing full Bud Light bottles at my car.
I was not there.
Okay, that was fantastic fucking day. And
You don't remember, Jermaine, because you weren't there.
I wasn't there. No, Eric. You know how many stories Eric just assumes I'm there for? I was like, dude, you know I left for 6 years. I was gone, bro.
Eric, that's actually how Jermaine and I met. Is he was gone.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You remember that?
You guys came about.
Yeah.
I just think all my friends.
Then I brought Nevada in. We weren't all there.
All my friends tell stories and just always assume I'm in every story. And I'm like, dude, it's impossible for me to be in every story, boys. I can't be in them all. Can't be in them all. All right.
And then for my last one, damn, my list right out here. I'm gonna just go with your rents when you finally can drink legally.
Ooh, shout out the Putnam driveway.
Honorable mention for all of us. Nevada and Putnam. Nevada Putnam's parents' house.
Nevada's Putnam's parents' house. Shout out.
Shout out.
Street.
I had a blast with our impromptu hockey match.
Yep. Always. We even broke it out for Katie when we were there.
All right. This one, let me know if it's too close to the other ones. I got plenty more backups, but I'm going to go with playoff watch parties.
I'll let it slide.
I don't know. I just kind of want to hear what the other ones are.
Yeah.
I can save those for the mentions.
All right. Playoff watch party. I mean, we did have a good time at that Denver one. And this is what I wanted to take in the first round, but I knew a lot of the good stuff was going to come off, so I'm going to take the Halls of Valhalla.
All right.
Yeah, I got to do an act to get into that. I'm just going to go on a walk.
Oh, dude, people look at me crazy all the time when I walk out of the house with a beer in my hand.
No, dude, shout out the Putnams. That's a family staple. Grab two walking beers and let's go walk the dogs.
Bro, everyone's just like, you're just gonna walk with that? I was just like, as long as I'm not doing anything stupid, no cop's gonna pull me over for a Bud Light can.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen, boys.
First of all, I look 40. I'll be fine.
Oh boy! All right, any honorable mentions from you guys?
I got Vegas.
Yep,
it's a good one. I
all
guess.
Right. I got 3 here. One of them I have sitting on the patio is the sun setting. Getting into any like old town or the strip of a college town, just getting drunk with everybody.
That's a good one.
And then
really just the old town of any town.
Yeah.
Like the bar scene of any town. Yeah. That's a good
one.
And
then the final one, your first stop on vacation.
Oh yeah. That's where Foreign Country came in.
Yep.
I was gonna say on a bullet train.
Holy shit, we got
hashtag only the real ones know how much What Eric is referring to is I warned Eric how strong 9% high chews were, and he refused to believe me and said, I'm going to get 2. And I said, that's a mistake. So he chugged the first one.
Brilliant strategy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Can't get drunk if you drink it fast.
Yeah, right. Eric, how did that night end again?
Russians, French people.
We don't know. We actually don't know how. You could have just been completely honest and said, I don't know, because nobody knows. It's lost to the annals of time.
Yeah. Somewhere in there. Maybe I can get somebody like, I don't know, like a brain scientist to like wake that memory up and see if we can patch it together. It was an interesting day. Hypnotist can do that?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. You're feeling very sleepy. What happened in that bar in Osaka?
It was a good time, though.
Japan. We went there?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Jermaine and I were having a really amazing time in a video game bar okay, what else could you ask for? You guys have listened, the tens and tens have listened to this podcast long enough that there was beer and there was any video game or console you could ask for. So Jermaine and I were like, we're set for a couple hours. Like, we're going to check out a couple of systems. We're going to play some old games. We'll be good.
They had everything, dude.
And Eric was also in on this plan. Eric 1.0. Until we looked around and there's no Eric.
Story of my life, dude. That's why I don't drink anymore.
And shocker, his phone didn't work or lost it. I don't know where it was. Lost it in his pocket like he normally does.
He lost his hat, right?
Yeah, I lost my hat. My favorite hat in the entire world. And they discontinued making it. And I
would love a story in which like Eric was standing by an air conditioning unit and like it blew his hat out of the video game bar and then like blew it down the street and he had to like chase after it.
That's what happened.
Yep. Wish, dude.
Probably some Irish girl, right, Eric?
Oh, dude, don't get me started.
Every girl is Irish. That's his
Every
favorite.
girl's Irish.
It's like
Every
the pot
girl's
of
Irish
gold at
if
the
you
end
can
of the
drink
rainbow
enough.
I'm chasing. I'm never gonna find it, dude.
If Eric could find any girl, it'd be a big titty Irish bitch.
Factuals.
A BBL.
No,
Big booty Latina.
maybe that's probably what I'm destined for.
We need okay, Nevada.
Yeah, right. Platinum blonde. That's what you're
Nevada.
going
When you think of BBL, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
When it came into that group chat context, I thought big booty Latina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not once did I think the other thing. What was it? Brazilian butt lift.
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh.
Did not know that was like that we called those BBLs, but it makes sense now. I'm not saying it's not a thing. It's just not in my head.
Right.
If this works, I want Nevada to see why watching playoff parties and getting drunk is not a good idea.
But
for those of you here, for those of you on YouTube, I want you to see this is probably one of my lowest and highest points in life. You guys ready for this?
I mean, we don't have a choice, bro.
Oh, bro.
Hold on, solo shot that.
So this was when the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Is that Baby Cuddy?
That's Baby Cuddy. And then just keep watching, boys. That's Eric, back with the flow bucket.
Holy shit, you had hair, dude.
Fat Eric?
That's right after the Super Bowl, bro. What up?
Eric, you look Samoan in this picture.
Yeah, you do.
that's how big you look. You look Samoan.
Get out of here, bro.
My guy's never slept better in his life.
You
see how content he was on that?
He's still taking those big old naps trying to catch that dragon.
He's chasing that dragon, right? Yeah.
Nobody
Exactly.
sleeps more content than a man who's just passed out from drinking.
Oh.
Well, this was after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, too.
Yeah.
Do you remember them winning the Super Bowl, Eric?
No, I had to rewatch it.
Oh, bro. At least wait till afterwards.
We've been there. I had to watch. I had to watch game. It's a game 1 or game 2 of the Avs Cup run, first round. It was Cinco de Drinko. I got a little bit too turned up on the pregame margaritas, and
that's never happened to me.
There's actually another video when we beat the who was it? We beat the Falcons to get to the Super Bowl. That same floor that I was laying on, except my buddy Hanky was on the shitter taking a shit while I was passed out in his bathroom floor. And you just see me passed out and his feet in the video because he's sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
That was a legendary playoff run. Top 5 drunkest moments of my life, back-to-back weeks. It was wild.
I thought you beat the Vikings.
Oh, yes, the Vikings. Sorry. We beat that. So
he was so drunk he doesn't remember.
It wasn't back-to-back weeks because it was Atlanta, then Minnesota, then the Super Bowl. But, yeah, man, that was a crazy run.
See, that's a bro right there. He's taking care of business. He checks on you like, good, Eric? Yeah, you good.
And now he's tattooed on my leg forever.
Forever, huh?
No, not forever. That'll get covered up soon.
Let's get into the meat and potato, boys. Today, we're going to get into another one of our divisional breakdown series for the 2024 NFL season. This division will be the American Football Conference West. It doesn't sound as good as AFC West.
Nah.
It really doesn't.
How many people do you think know what AFC and NFC stand for?
What's the line? What are we setting? Give me a line.
So how would I set that? Like percentage wise or like
what?
Okay,
yeah.
so
Over under percentage wise.
55%.
Dude, that's a fantastic line. I'm under.
I'm going under.
You're both going under?
I'm going under.
I would say over. There's not enough young people as football fans yet. I think that line's going down, but I think right now it'd still be over.
What? You're 32 years old. Why did you just phrase it like that?
No, I'm saying like the Gen Zs.
Not young people liking football anymore. All right, Grandpa Putnam. That's right. Back where only the whites could play. That was the best football.
How we hit us with a back in my day.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
I don't think that Gen Z knows. Stop it. I don't think that Gen Z knows like conferences.
I know that's what I was trying to get at, was that the younger generations, there's not enough of them to push that to the under. Not yet.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
talk. Good talk.
Hard-hitting analysis. Jermaine, back to you.
We're really filibustering because we're waiting on Eric to get the doc back up into the screen. So
It's coming right.
So the AFC West consists of 4 teams. Am I correct?
Formerly 5. Now
formerly 5. That's right. Oh, Eric, over to you.
Oh.
All right. As I mentioned, we're getting into the AFC West. Last year, the division finished with the Kansas City Chiefs, first place, 11-6. Las Vegas Raiders, second at 8-9. Denver Broncos, third at 8-9. And Los Angeles Chargers, fourth at 5-12. We'll go ahead and start with the Kansas City Chiefs here. The departures they had were quarterback Blaine Gabbert, running back Jerick McKinnon, wide receiver Richie James, tight end Blake Bell, tackle Donovan Smith, are all still free agents. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, wide receiver, joined the Bills. Tight end Jody Fortson joined the Dolphins. Center Nick Allegretti joined the Commanders. Linebacker Willie Gay Jr. joined the Saints. Cornerback L'Jarius Sneed was traded to the Titans. Safety Mike Edwards joined the Bills. And punter Tommy Townsend joined the Texans. Additions for the Kansas City Chiefs. Carson Wentz joined on a 1-year deal. Clyde Edwards-Helaire re-signed. McCole Hardman re-signed. Travis Kelce re-signed on a 2-year contract. Michael Dana re-signed. Chris Jones re-signed 5 years, $158.75 million with 101 in guarantees. Derek Nandi re-signed. Tershawn Wharton re-signed. Drew Tranquil re-signed. Deion Bush re-signed. And James Winchester re-signed. Free agent additions are running back, wide receivers, special teamers Luis Reese-Zemet. They signed Hollywood Brown on a 1-year deal. They signed Irv Smith on a 1-year deal. And they signed punter Matt Araiza to a league minimum contract.
The punt god.
Bro, I can't believe they were able to get him. It's unbelievable that nobody signed him. Good teams just do good things. Eric, you want to give us the odds?
Yeah. So last year, Kansas City finished first, 11-6. This year, they have the best Super Bowl odds at plus 500. To win this division, they're at minus 230. To make the playoffs, they're minus 600. To miss the playoffs, they're plus 425. And their line has been set at 11.5. Nick, we'll start with you today.
Yeah, I think that.
Hold on. Nick, you got the schedule?
Yeah. So KC opens Thursday Night Football against Baltimore. They have Bengals at home, Falcons and Chargers on the road, Saints Monday Night Football Week 5 into a Week 6 bye week at San Francisco at the Raiders, home Tampa Bay and Denver, at Buffalo, at Carolina, home Raiders, home Chargers, at Cleveland, home Texans, and then 2 games to end the year. Wednesday, football at Pittsburgh and at Denver to end the year. I think Jermaine kind of hit on it. I like the Kansas City Chiefs offseason. I think not losing Chris Jones and being able to sign Travis Kelce to an extension are 2 big wins they have. I also think that Marquise Brown is going to be a guy that we talk about a lot in this system. He hasn't really found it since leaving Baltimore. Yeah. He didn't find it in Arizona. You could blame quarterback injuries for that, but even if Kyler Murray was healthy, Kyler Murray is not Patrick Mahomes. I think we're kind of overestimating Xavier Worthy a little bit too much and what he can do, in my opinion. I think losing L'Jarius Sneed and Willie Gay hurts. I think in their draft they had a pretty good. They filled all their gaps with guys that can perform, and I think that's all you can ask from the Chiefs. I'm going to take Yes to win the division. Yes to make the playoffs, and over 11.5 for the Chiefs.
Even with that schedule?
Even with that schedule.
Damn. That's a tough schedule. I'll take Kansas City to win the Super Bowl. I'll take Kansas City to win the division. Yes to make the playoffs. Oh, man. Give me the under. Give me the under on 11.5.
All right, Nevada, what you got, brother?
Yeah. Quick little fun fact about Kansas City. Tom Brenneman loves Kansas City.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I think he called it I think he labeled it a certain city.
Wow.
Quick question for you guys. Is Patrick Mahomes still quarterback?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Travis Kelce still his safety blanket and top target?
I think yes.
Okay. Over for everything.
Super Bowl?
I'm holding off on my Super Bowl till later when I get a look at everything. But as far as wins go, I think they split one of the first 2 weeks, either Baltimore or Cincy. They always kind of come out a little bit slow, but I think they can at least get one of those. They probably lose in San Francisco, maybe in Buffalo, and maybe home against the Texans. That's really the only ones that I see as being true trouble matchups for the Chiefs. It sucks being in their division. It's just pain. It's what it feels like being a Buffalo Bills fan when Tommy was in New England. It's just pure pain.
I think that's fair. I'm glad it's happening to you and not me, though.
Yeah, I would be right there with you.
Let's get into the second best odds in the divisions. The Los Angeles Chargers finished fourth last year with a 5-12 record. Some of their key departures: running back Joshua Kelly, wide receiver Alex Erickson, center Corey Linsley, edge Justin Hollis, D lineman Nick Williams, and cornerback Asong Bassi, as well as safety Dean Marlowe, are all still free agents. Quarterback Will Grier joined the Eagles. Running back Austin Eckler joined the Commanders. They traded Keenan Allen to the Bears. Jalen Guyton left for the Raiders. Mike Williams signed with the Jets. Gerald Everett signed with the Bears. Nick Vannett signed with the Titans. Will Clapp signed with the Bills. Austin Johnson signed with the Bills. Eric Kendrick signed with the Cowboys. Kenneth Murray signed with the Titans. Michael Davis joined the Commanders. And Jalen Hawkins joined the New England Patriots. Additions are they re-signed quarterback Easton Stick, and safety Alohi Gilman. Wow, those are the only two people they re-signed. Unbelievable. All right, they added the Baltimore Ravens backfield, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards at running back. They brought in wide receiver DJ Shark from the Carolina Panthers. They signed tight end Will Dissly to a shocking 3-year, $14 million deal that includes $10 million guaranteed. Tight end Hayden Hurst, arguably the worst trade in 303 dynasty history, joined the Los Angeles Chargers. Bradley Bozeman came over. Poona Ford joined the team. Bud Dupree, 2-year, $6 million deal. What a bargain. Troy Dye at linebacker, Denzel Perryman at linebacker, and cornerback Christian Fulton all signed with the Los Angeles Chargers. Eric, odds, please.
Chargers went fourth last year, 5-12. Super Bowl odds plus 4,500. Division odds plus 320. To make the playoffs plus 110. To miss it minus 130. Their line's 8.5.
So the Chargers open the season with the Raiders at home, 2 road games, Panthers and Steelers. Chiefs at home, then a week 5 bye week, then 2 road games, Denver and the Cardinals. 1 home game, the Saints. 1 road game, the Browns. 3 home games, Titans, Bengals, Ravens. 2 road games, Falcons and Chiefs. 2 home games, Bucks and Broncos. And then 2 road games to end the year, Patriots and Raiders. I think the Chargers lost a lot of talent. I think Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, Eric Kendricks, like Jermaine named. I I think Joe Alt and Ladd McConkey are great. Is a great draft pick. I think Justin Herbert's a great quarterback. I think Jim Harbaugh's a great coach. I think they have a great schedule. Why do I not want to bet over 8.5?
That's a really high line. I didn't expect it to be that high.
Here's my thought. And looking at this, if you say KC's going to win 12 games, right? That takes one away from the rest of the division. This is back of the napkin math. If you say the Raiders are going to win 7 games, that gives one back. And if you say the Broncos are going to win 6 games, that gives 2 back. That's 2 games the Chargers have to win. That still has them going 7-10, right?
Sure.
I don't know where the offense is going to come from with the Chargers. We didn't like. It's not like Jim Harbaugh has some college system that he can bring in that is going to transform the Chargers. I think 8.5 is too high of a line. I'm going to go under. I think they might go 8 and 9. I mean, when I was just going through the schedule, I think looking on paper, they could go 10 and 7, but I don't believe it. I say they miss the playoffs. I say they go 8 and 9. So under 8.5. No belief.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of confidence placed in Jim Harbaugh for a coach who hasn't coached in the NFL since, 2015?
I think so, yeah.
And if you're a good coach, you're a good coach. And I do think he's a good coach, but you're still only as good as your players. Does he have a good quarterback? Absolutely. Is the offensive line better? Hopefully. Hopefully. Justin Herbert's hurt right now in camp. They don't know. Ladd McConkey picked up a knock. They don't know who their primary target is. Quentin Johnston, former first-round pick, is basically unusable. Depth charts are projecting him as the 4th wide receiver on a team that has no wide receivers, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I've never seen an exodus of offensive weaponry the way I've seen from this team. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Jalen Guyton was even a guy that flashed at times. Joshua Kelly, once upon a time, had a pulse. Gerald Everett had a pulse. None of them are still there. To be finish 5 wins last year and lose the amount of talent they have and still be at 8.5 does not make sense to me. So no to win the Super Bowl, no to win the division, no to make the playoffs, and under 8.5. And if they win 9 games, I won't be surprised because I think Justin Herbert's really good, but he's going to have to prove it to me. I'm starting to doubt that he has that.
The chutzpah, if you will.
Yeah, because how many times has he been expected to deliver big things and then not delivered it?
Yep.
Overachieved his rookie year. He's almost had a pseudo Baker Mayfield type career.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a way better quarterback. I will say that. Let's not get crazy here. I'm just saying, results matter, and results-based business. I'll take the under on this one. Nevada.
I got a neat little fact here. So, due to all of Edison's patents and the amount of times that he would sue over his patents being used, the majority of movie producers in New York City got fed up and ended up moving over to Hollywood. And that's how Hollywood became the movie capital of the world. That being said, what you guys have said is completely accurate. We haven't even touched on their running backs, really. Obviously, they got J.K. Dobbins, who is coming off, I believe it was Achilles, if I remember right.
ACL?
One of the two, something like that. First half of his first game, he's, I assume, RB1, but that's not saying much. You got Gus the Bus in there as well. Other than that, their running back room is not exciting. we've talked about the wide receivers. That's not exciting. You're looking at DJ Chark and maybe Lad McConkey is one of the two being the number one wide receiver. It's just a completely different offense. Defense is still good. They still got a lot of heavy hitters at spots that you need heavy hitters. Still got Bosa. They still got Khalil Mack. Obviously, Denzel Perryman was mentioned. And then their secondary, they still have Derwin James and Asante Samuel. So they do have some good pieces on there. I agree that 8.5 is like a perfect line. I think they're going to just sneak over. Harbaugh's going to be one of those coaches who just sneaks out some win somewhere in like a 13-10 kind of game. So I got obviously no for Super Bowl, no for division, no for playoffs, and I'll go just over 8.5.
That's bold. I just don't see how this team wins 9 games. I don't see them beating the Broncos.
Well, hey, now they'll beat the Broncos.
I just don't see that happening.
We'll get to that
personally, but Nevada is the resident expert on that. The third place odds in this division are the Las Vegas Raiders, and we'll get into their departures here. So, Brian Hoyer, Brandon Bolden, Jacob Johnson, DeAndre Carter, Hunter Renfrow, Greg Van Rotten, and DJ Fluker have left the team, are all still free agents. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo joined the Rams. Running back Josh Jacobs joined the Packers. Tight end Austin Hooper joined the Patriots. Jermaine Illuminor joined the Giants. Jerry Tillery joined the Vikings. Bilal Nichols joined the Cardinals. And cornerback Amik Robertson joined the Lions. Additions, they brought in Gardner Minshew on a 2-year, $25 million deal. Re-signed running back Amir Abdullah. Signed running back Alexander Madison. Signed wide receiver Michael Gallup, who is now retired. Signed wide receiver Jalen Guyton. Signed Andrews Pete, tackle, to a contract. Center Andre James re-signed. Lineman Cody Whitehair signed a free agent deal. They re-signed Adam Butler and John Jenkins on the defensive line and added Christian Wilkins on a 4-year, $110 million contract that includes $84 million and $75 guaranteed. Eric.
So the Raiders went 8-9. They were second last year. Plus 10,000 for the Super Bowl. Plus 900 for the division. Plus 300 to make the playoffs. Minus 400 to miss the playoffs. And their line is set at 6.5.
So they opened the season Sunday Night Football at the Chargers, then at the Ravens, 2 home games, Panthers and Browns, at the Broncos, home against the Steelers, at the Rams of Los Angeles, home against the Kansas City Chiefs, at the Cincinnati Bengals, a Week 10 bye week. So like Eric said last week, there's a chance that they could win the Super Bowl. We haven't eliminated them yet. At Miami, Week 11, home against Denver, at KC, at Tampa Bay, home against Atlanta and Jacksonville, at the Saints, and they finish the season home against the Chargers. Looking at Las Vegas, Christian Wilkins is a great signing. Bringing in Gardner bringing in Gardner Minshew to add to the quarterback competition. Are we saying there's a quarterback competition in Las Vegas? Losing Josh Jacobs is big. I think you get Jackson Powers-Johnson and Brock Bowers. I think the big question mark in Las Vegas, and especially in this division, is going to be secondary for the Raiders. And especially important in this division where everybody can throw it around. I think that's going to be their downfall. Looking at their schedule, I have them 5-12 this year. So I'll take the under 6.5 no to make the playoffs. And of course, not winning the division or the Super Bowl.
Love this Raiders team is a sleeper. I think everyone's downplaying them. I think they got talent all over the offensive side of the football. Their defensive line is fantastic. Their linebacker core is good. And Antonio Pierce has proven that he's going to have that team ready to play ball. Everyone remembers the Las Vegas Raiders season as being just this abysmal hot mess last year. Josh McDaniels was fired mid-season. Devontae Adams was giving literal nuke press conferences on how bad it is in the building almost weekly, if not daily, and still somehow finished 8-9 and added talent on the defensive side of the football, added offensive talent in the draft, and got, a pretty game journeyman quarterback in Gardner Minshew as he showed last year with the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, he got Michael Pittman absolutely paid this offseason because he just peppered that man with targets. I like this Raiders team to clear the over easily. 6.5, I feel like it's too low. It's if anything, I feel like the Raiders should have the Chargers line and the Chargers should have the Raiders line. I will take them no to make the playoffs, no to win the division, and no for the Super Bowl. But this should be a real fun team to watch this year.
So you're saying there's a potential for pizza money at that plus 300?
At that plus 300, I don't think I would because the AFC and the NFC are absolutely stacked. Right? There's all 4 teams in the AFC North could make it. You have the Chiefs coming out of the West. You have the Bills, Jets, Dolphins, all very good football teams. And then the AFC South, they're all getting better. Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud, Will Levis has been surrounded by weapons. Like, that division is going to be impossible to pick. And Anthony Richardson's back with the Indianapolis Colts. There's too many good teams in the AFC for me to say the Raiders will make the playoffs, but I do think they clear the 6.5 win total. Nevada?
Short answer, I agree with you, Jermaine. That being said, the brightest place on Earth that you can see from space is the Vegas Strip. The Raiders season will not be the brightest thing in the city.
But
yeah, see that little transition there? But I agree with Jermaine. Those Chargers and Raiders over-under lines should be flipped. But, their offense has probably gotten better. You add Brock Bowers into the fold. We'll see what he can do there. They still have a very good offensive line. They added some guy with the last name of Putnam on it, so something's going to happen there. I don't know if it's good or bad, but something's going to happen.
Stud center, 6'7", rookie out of Clemson.
They bring in Cody Whitehair from Chicago, a solid addition. That would have been good for Caleb Williams to have him still on the line, but Nick said it. Secondary is going to be probably their Achilles heel. So that could be their downfall, but they all wanted Antonio Pierce as head coach. The players wanted him. He knows how to rah-rah for them. I think they'll play up. I think they'll hit the over. I don't see playoffs and obviously no for division and Super Bowl, but I think that line at 6.5 is too low for them.
You guys mean to tell me that cornerback Woo Governor doesn't excite you?
He doesn't make me a woo girl.
All right. Very last team we have is the Denver Broncos, resident executive producer's favorite team. And by favorite, I mean he detests them with all his being. And last year they finished 8-9, and Russell Wilson was released, resulting in a monumental dead cap. He's now with the Steelers. Jerry Jeudy was traded to the Browns for some beads in honor of Native American Month. Offensive tackle Cameron Fleming, D lineman Mike Purcell, cornerback Fabian Moreau, and safety Justin Simmons are all on the open market. Lloyd Cushenberry joined the Titans. Sneaky pickup for them. D lineman Jonathan Harris joined the Dolphins, and linebacker Josie Jewell joined the Panthers. Another good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And some of their key additions were they traded for Zach Wilson. Watch out, league.
Mm-hmm.
Hide your wives. Hide your moms. They
They
re-signed Michael Burton, Little Jordan Humphrey, Adam Troutman, Justin Strand, PJ Locke and Will Lutz. And they added Josh Reynolds, Matt Pert, Calvin Throckmorton, Sam Mustapher, Angelo Blackson, John Franklin Myers, Malcolm Roach, Cody Barton, Levi Wallace, and Brandon Jones. Man, they're picking up all these old Saints players.
I wonder why.
Eric, will you give us the odds?
Yeah, so Denver finished third last year, 8-9. Super Bowl odds plus 30,000. To win the division plus 1,800. To make the playoffs plus 700. To miss the playoffs minus 1,100. And their line is set at 5.5.
So the Broncos open the season Sunday at the Seahawks. They play home against the Steelers, at Tampa, at the New York Jets, home against the Raiders and the Chargers, at the Saints, home against the Panthers, at Baltimore, at KC, home against the Falcons, at the Raiders, home against the Browns, a week 14 bye week, maybe good or bad for the Broncos. Then they play home against the Colts, at Chargers, at Bengals, and home against KC. So looking at the Broncos schedule and the schedule that I just named, I had the Denver Broncos at 7-7 before those last 3 games. I think they have a monumental collapse in those last 3 games. I'll read them off again. That was at the Chargers, at the Bengals, and then home against the Chiefs. Jermaine mentioned Russell Wilson and his dead cap money, and the loss of Simmons, Judy, Cushenberry. I think I liked their draft. I don't really love Bo Nix, but if you're going to get a quarterback, at least pair him with somebody that he's very comfortable with. And if that person he's very, very comfortable with is also a very good wide receiver who excels at getting open, like Troy Franklin does, then that's going to be best for you. You know, Bo Nix is sink or swim right now. Sean Payton, does he still have it to be a quarterback coach and a guy that he wants and a guy he drafted? We will see. I think that Denver is going to go over that line. I think Denver is going to be in contention for the playoffs in, what is that? At the bye week, I think they're going to be in competition for the playoffs. We're going to be talking about them as a really good team, and then they're going to blow it going down the stretch. So I'm going to say over 5.5. No to make the playoffs. No to win the division. Of course, no to make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl.
Sean Payton's coaching career, he's never won less than 7 football games in a season. Now, did he have Drew Brees for most of those years? Absolutely. So, it's pretty difficult to lose that many football games when you have a professional gunslinger.
Well, Bo Nix and Drew Brees are basically the same age, so it's like the same player, right?
Bo Nix is the perfect quarterback for Sean Payton's offense. There was not a better marriage as far as scheme and talent than Bo Nix to Denver Broncos. Now, what his ceiling is remains to be seen, but I think they smashed the pick for what Sean Payton is trying to do. He literally just did it at Oregon and diced up everybody but Michael Penix and the Washington Huskies, who, spoiler, lost the college championship to Michigan, right? Pretty good fucking football team. So I think the over 5.5 is fantastic. So I'll take the over. I'll take no to make the playoffs, no to win the division, and no to win the Super Bowl.
Denver brews more beer than any other city. 200 plus breweries in the city. Might need a handful of those breweries this upcoming season. That being said, on the short of it, I have the over on wins, but no for playoffs.
A little bit of sadness in that.
Do you agree with my assessment, Nevada, that they'll be in the hunt at the bye week?
You said that was week 14?
Yeah. As they always are.
In the hunt for like the last wild card?
Yeah.
Yeah, within a game or two, maybe.
They're always there. The Broncos are always there.
Bo Nix will be the week 1 starter.
Ooh.
lock it in. It sounds like he really hasn't. The quarterback room is frustrating because he hasn't won the job, but he hasn't done anything to lose the job. And you're not going to give it to Zach Wilson, and you're not going to give it to Steady Stidham, because that doesn't do anything for your team. You got a 12th overall draft pick. As long as he doesn't fuck up in camp, which he has not, he's been doing just fine, if not the best quarterback. He'll be week 1 starter. Some names to keep in mind for either bet-wise or maybe fantasy-wise. Audric Estime, the running back, the bowling ball out of Notre Dame. He might be a goal line vulture for a handful of running backs here. Marvin Mims should pop off this year now that Judy's gone and they have to fill his spot. Josh Reynolds will be a nice addition. Bo Nix does not have the arm to throw it down the field very well, but he's very accurate. He makes decisions quick, which Jermaine alluded to, the perfect quarterback for a Sean Payton type of system. Offensive line, all 5 starters except for Cushenberry started every game last year except for the very last game. So there's a lot of continuity and chemistry on the offensive line. I think their strength as the team is going to be their defensive line. Getting John Franklin Myers over from the Jets, as well as Malcolm Roach. They obviously saw a glaring hole in their rush defense, and adding those 2 guys
Before or after 70 points?
Before
or after they let 70 points happen?
Yeah, that game just threw all the stats off. But yeah, they had some leaky holes after the 70 as well.
They got better towards the end of the year, but it was bad for the first 9 games.
Yeah, they had a good streak there. I think they won like 4 in a row, and it was like, oh shit, we might actually make the playoffs.
Almost.
They got
again. That's what's going to happen this year.
They got a lot of guys for edge rushers who will probably rack up between 5 and 8 sacks, but I don't think any of them are going to hit double digits. Maybe Browning is probably the best bet. We'll see if Nick Bonito takes another step, but still not going to see a high ceiling for him at this point.
Is Bonita a big fish?
And then we have a great white hope in the secondary, Riley Moss, who used to be what's his face's college teammate at Iowa.
Cooper
DeJean, thank you. He will be competing for number 2 corner opposite Surtain. There's a couple guys in play, but all in all, they're definitely. I think the roster is better than last year. Obviously, it doesn't help to have that Led Zeppelin of a contract with Wilson, but I'd rather get rid of that guy off the team and eat the money than have to pay him and watch him make up excuses every week.
You don't want to ride anymore?
Nah, I got off the train.
That's right.
So I think they'll be better. I think Jermaine said it. Sean Payton has never won less than 7 games in a year. I don't see that changing this year. I just don't see it being competitive enough to make much noise. Hopefully we can beat Kansas City again. That'd be pretty cool. Be 2-18 against them. So I don't know. We'll see, but pretty much like last year. But I think the upside is there and it's coming.
Nowhere to go but up. That's what I feel about the Denver Broncos. I like where they're heading. I think Bo Nix is going to work out well for them. Could be a 8 to 10 year starter, but again, I just don't know the ceiling. Oddly enough, I like what they did, even though I don't really fuck with Sean Payton anymore. So, thanks for the picks, Nevada. That's all I have to say.
Hey, no problem.
Let's get into the exact order, boys. Nevada, kick us off.
KC. I'll go KC, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
I will go Kansas City, Las Vegas, Denver, Los Angeles. So I'm going with the same order as last year, actually, which should tell me that I'm wrong.
I will go KC, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders.
All right, so Nevada, yours is plus 550. Jermaine, Kansas City, Las Vegas, Denver. Oh my God. Plus 1100. And then Nick, yours is Kansas City, Los Angeles, Denver. Plus 475, the second best odds.
Good.
Okay. Riveting podcasting here, boys.
Well, because there's a lot of pundits that think the Broncos get a top 5 pick this year. I don't think they'll be that bad. Top 10 for sure, but I don't think it'll be top 5.
Yeah, I see you guys picking 8 to 10 range.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I will say, right? So Vegas has just an army of people that, go out and make these lines. And I still think this division has a ton of value on it. So you take that for what it's worth. Obviously, always remember the podcast motto, fade us. You guys got anything else for the 10s and 10s?
Not for me.
Not for me.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. Follow our sister podcast, Revenge of the Pod, on all things social. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.